sermon, he says, don't sit. He progresses. Don't miss that. He said, first of all, don't listen. He said, second of all, don't stand. And then he said, don't sit. Because when you start sitting, you start getting comfortable. Watch this. See, when you listen to counsel, you're complacent. Have I got a witness? When you start standing, you start considering. Are you catching that? Y'all catching that now? But when you start sitting, you got comfortable. I need to say that again. I say when you sit, you're comfortable. When you're listening, you're contemplating. Have I got a witness? When you're standing, you're considering. But when you sit, you are now comfortable. That means what you hear now don't make a difference. What you hear now from the word of advice now, it starts sounding a little better and better. But he said don't sit, because when you sit in the seat of the scornful, what they'll do, have I got a witness? You got to watch this. Folk will start giving you this type of word of advice. But after a while, those same people that's giving you advice will also turn on you. You got to understand. He said, don't sit in the seat of the scornful. Have a God, when they may take you as their friend, they may tell you all of their business. Have a God, but don't get too nosy about their business, because the same person that took you to befriend you, they'll also turn against you. He said, don't you sit in the seat of the scornful, because the world is always changing every day. Have a God of witness, the world will back up on you. They'll tell you, I'm your friend, but when you get into the thick of things, they'll back up on you. Have a God of witness, they'll leave you holding the bag. Have a God of witness, have a God of witness here. They'll leave you with nothing. They'll try, because remember, the devil comes to steal, kill, and to destroy. So he said, don't sit. Don't sit in the seat of the scornful. Then as I close this, he says, but, verse 2, he said, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. Have I got a witness? You see, this is where you find encouragement, Sister Sharon, in times of trouble time. When I can read God's word and I can talk to him on a one-on-one basis. In other words, I can talk to him and he'll talk to me. Have I got a witness? And you know, sometimes when I talk to God, I may not like everything that he's telling me. But can I tell you what he's doing? He's getting stuff out of me that don't need to be inside. Are you praying with me? You see, that's the difference between God and the world. The world will tell you what you want to hear. But God will tell you something that your flesh don't want to hear. Have I got a witness? But you know, I'm glad that some things, when I used to read Sister Taylor, it brought tears to my eyes. And you know, sometimes if you ever got alone by yourself and read God's word, whatever you were doing that wasn't pleasing to God, it'll bring tears to your eyes. Have I got a witness? But can I tell you what he was doing? He was putting me through a refining pot. Have I got a witness? In other words, he was setting the fire hotter than it should be. Have I got a witness here? And Brother Danny, everything I had inside that didn't look like him, he was burning it out. Have I got a witness? And I tell you what he was doing in another fashion. He was separating me from the friends I didn't need to hang with. Have I got a witness? Some homeboys I thought were, have I got a witness? My eighth boom coon, God was cutting them asunder. Have I got a witness? As my mind goes back, I wonder now why God kept me away from some friends. I found that some have died at an early age. Have I got a witness? Some are strung out on drugs. Are you praying with me? Have I got a witness? Now, I'm not saying I'm any better than those, but God had his hand on me. Have I got a witness? And can I do you one better? God's got his hand on you. That's why the psalmist said, I read in his word. Because if I don't read God's word, have I got a witness? I start acting out of character. Are you praying with me? You see, there are some things that you and I have done that you only want you and God to know about. Have I got a witness? There are some skeletons in in our closet that would be shaking and rattling had God not put a stop to it. Are you praying with me? But I'm glad, so glad that God is rich in mercy. Are you praying with me? You see, in troubled times, I'm not just talking about the outside world, but I'm talking about the inward soul. Because sometime on the inside, you can be so troubled, you can be so twisted, you can be so torn up on the inside that it'll almost make you want to commit spiritual suicide. But can I tell you, David said, I'll meditate in his word day and night. Are you praying with me? He said, there's something I don't understand about God's word. When I get up in the morning and I pray, have I got a witness? There's something that God will show him. Have I got a witness? But he really didn't understand. He said, but what I did at nighttime, I meditate on his word. Are you praying with me? Because you see, at nighttime, that's the cause of our lives. When it's night in our lives, when it's dark in our life, don't God speak a little better? When it's dark in our life, have I got a witness? Sometimes God's got to shout at us when things are going good. Have I got a witness? When raises are coming, when promotions are coming. Sometimes we put God on the back burner and he got to shout a little louder. But at nighttime, have I got a witness? At nighttime, when the job seems like it's in jeopardy, are you praying with me? That's nighttime. Have I got a witness? I'm talking about when they talking about layoffs and you don't know if you're going to be the next one. That's nighttime. Have I got a witness? And you see, at nighttime, when I'm thinking about all that trouble, can I tell you what it caused me to do? It causes me to sit down in a quiet place. And now God doesn't have to shout now. He can talk to me. Anybody ever been there? When you sit down when it's night in a quiet place and God can talk to you. He can whisper now.